Out of your basket, yeah. Day 7. Hi. Welcome in. Welcome in. Alright, I gotta. You don't have to dump the whole thing in there, kid. Oh no, this one. Okay. Hi guys, welcome in. Give me just one moment. Today we are going to be doing, if I can get my crap together, here we go. We're going to be doing, let me see, who's first. I want to get these done, so we'll do a couple of them and we'll start. Oh, I guess we're doing Virgo, so we will start with Virgo today. And I have to close it out a little early, or, well, within a couple of minutes. Hi, Jasic. Welcome. How are you? Okay, hold on. How are you doing today? Didn't move a lot of stuff. I thought you were getting a treat, my kiddo. I hope you're having a great day. Looking for what? Your treats are in that basket that you just had. This is day 7 of 30 days in May, and my goal is to help people get unstuck, get clear, give some simple, easy directions so they can show up to be their best selves, and at the same time, see if I can hit my goal of trying to hit 500 subscribers by the end of May. So we'll see how it goes. Also, I just updated my website. That's my daughter. I just updated my website, and so my free workshop, you can sign up there. You can check out all the other stuff I have to offer, my group sessions, 12-week program, all kinds of really good stuff. And then, of course, all of the grounding tools, the journals, guided journals, reflection, stories, and healing content. Where did you go? I'm updating it, adjusting. It will change a little bit still because it's still a fairly new website, and as I'm going, I'm trying to make it the very best. So slow and steady, adjusting as I learn. I'm very lucky to have a mentor who's working with me to build it the best I can possibly get it, which is amazing, exciting. And I'm looking forward to making changes, getting it to exactly the way I like it. So if you see this logo there at the website, you know you're at the right place. Okay, so we're going to start with Virgo. We have only 4, yes. 4 left to do, so what did I say? Day 7. Virgo starts at, let's say, 7 minutes. This is a little more free-flowing. That's why when I do it like this, there's time to answer questions when people come in, hang out, all that good stuff. So you don't have to rush through it. Today I have 2 hours, which is what I'm trying to keep it to, so YouTube doesn't start clicking off and messing with the volume and all that good stuff. So this month we started with the Moonology, and I kind of like the way that came out because that was leading us on the theme of what we're working towards here. So for my Virgos, what is the best thing they can be working on, the theme, the idea, things to help them for this month, or you want to just fall right out, eh? Expect powerful change, adjustments are required, and you and your loved ones are safe. So don't fear the worst, don't worry about the negative. A personal issue reaches resolution. So whatever it is you have going on, don't trust that everything is okay, especially if you're showing up doing the right thing. So you're just learning to trust yourself and get excited because change is actually coming. As long as you keep showing up and doing the work, change is going to come. I'm doing Virgo right now. I do monthly action steps, so I like how the alignment with the moon allows us space, certain energies that go with the sign, allow us things to focus on, ways that we can show up with more self-love, self-care, a little more gratitude, and a little more personal accountability. It's all good things, and it leads to your highest, best result, and it helps you be more empowered and make clear choices along the way. So sometimes it's just a little easier with the way the planetary alignments are to make those changes when you have a certain way you can focus on. Solitude is where I place my chaos to rest and awaken my inner peace. In one hand, you hold your wildness. In the other, your quietness. Draw from each hand as needed. Yeah, you're starting to find balance, and you're working on that, and that's good. Again, it's a spectrum. We all have the capacity to be our absolute best and our absolute worst. When we learn to work that into balance, it comes the same with our fears, right? We can be just absolutely terrified of something and so excited for something. Everything we do, the goal should always be working our way to balance. And it looks like you're trying to figure that out, and that's good. What action steps? How self-care? What is the motivation? The thing that's going to help them find that balance along the way. Something that is helpful, gives that space, and allows them to see and celebrate when they're achieving their balance. Just one, please. I got workshops today and all kinds of good stuff going on. I got a lot of information. I learned a lot, and I'm excited. Oh, that one almost flew out. What's the one? Oh, okay, fine. You get 2. 2 for my Virgos. I think of wind and her wild ways, the year we had nothing to lose and lost it anyway. Today, try holding on a little less tightly to your expectations for the day. Notice what happens when you loosen your grip. Yeah, don't hold on so tight. You're learning to understand balance means also we can't hold on to fear. And when we're doing the work, we have to speak it to the universe. We have to do exactly what it is we want to do. We have to speak it. We got to put in the action steps, and then we have to guide our way through. And then we have to let it go. We can't hold on to it. We have to trust that the universe is going to bring us exactly where we need to be. Those who are willing to be vulnerable move among mysteries. Thank yourself for the times when you feel uncertain. Inside these openings lives your most creative self, striving and dreaming for a beautiful future. And it's very, very true. When you find that balance, you come to a place of peace. Even in the chaos, even when things are happening, that is my absolute forte. So when you learn to do that and you find a way through, it's easier to let go of those things and open up to the creative ideas, the inspiration, and what allows you to do it at your very best and lead you right to your next opportunity, which is you're learning not to hold on so tight. You're learning to find that balance. Understand you can pull from that the wild part in you just as much as you can pull from the calm part of you. And when you understand that and you learn to balance that, you create quite a space. Good for you. Belonging. A sensitive, introspective phase. Moon in Cancer. You're learning to feel safe in your own skin. You're learning to trust yourself and love yourself. The good, the bad, the ugly. Because if we try to get rid of or hide one or the other, we just throw the baby out with the bathwater, and then we miss the lessons that it's trying to teach us. So take that time, speak what it is you want to create. Introspection is okay. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Thank yourself for the unknown. Thank yourself for the places where you felt unsure, because that's where you find your absolute creativity. That's where the inspiration and the ability to do things happens. Hi, Amayas. Why are you crying? What's going on, lady? How are you today? I hope you're doing okay. Let's start with this one. The appointment was terrible. Why was it terrible? What happened? Where's my phone? Wolves love Kit Kats. I love to draw. That's fantastic. So does Amayas. She absolutely loves to draw. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, I thought you sent a message. June 4th, another operation. Yeah, but you didn't go to the last one, right? So is this just the one that was just 1, 2, 3, 4? Is this the one to make up for the one that didn't end up happening? Because I think you said that you didn't end up having the operation, right? The last one? Yeah. So don't cry. It's just catching up, which is good, because you're finally getting the operation that you were waiting for and excited for last time. Don't let it scare you. Take your time, be patient, relax, be happy about it, because now you don't have to wait any longer, because you've been waiting. You've been in pain and it's been bothering you. Don't let fear take over. You've been waiting all this time. Now you're finally getting it. I am not excited. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Surgery would be scary, but you're also you're very powerful. You're very calm, and you know what you can do. You know you got this. You know God's got you. So make sure you stay healthy. You stay prayed up, and you keep the stress out of your mind. This is the time the time to create art, to take your mind out. It is frustrating. But I remember you were so excited for the last one to come. This one's actually coming. So I'm not saying it like get excited, but I just remember you were so excited for the last one. Look, the card that came out says you are not alone. We're all here praying for you. We're all here keeping you in our thoughts. Don't freak out over it. Just remember when you were excited. I'm excited for it to be over. Yes. So let's focus on the end game and be like, I just got to get through. I just got to make it through. And of course you're going to, because we're all here praying for you. We're all sending our love and our strength your way. So, and of course, I'm sure your grand is making sure that they're going to take care of you the very best, because she seems pretty feisty, and I don't think she's going to take no crap from anybody. So she's going to make sure they're at their best. So that's something to be excited for. You got some strong people in your corner, and then of course you got God. So it's win-win. You're not alone. This is for my Virgos too. You're not alone. It's okay. You're finding that balance, learning how to let go of things, not sitting in fear, and that's when you can expect powerful change. And I know you're excited for it to be over too, Amaya, but when it's done, things are going to change. It's going to be a lot easy. Miss Titi, my Lord lady, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you showing up. We're doing Virgo. I remember when I was 4, I had to get 4 cavities removed. Oh, my daughter got so many of her teeth pulled when she was young. I think she was only 2, 3. She might have just turned 3, and my Lord, it set her back so far. It was traumatic. Yeah, see, the pain is frustrating, but at the end, when it's over, it's gonna go away, and then you'll be able to heal up a lot better. There's no nice way to say that pain is fun. But you know what? It teaches you your strength, your resilience, and I promise you, you're not alone. You got this. And we're here, and we're always going to be praying for you, keeping you in our thoughts. And if you let me know what day, I will make sure I send extra prayers the night before, the day of, and until I hear from you. I promise. They had to hold me down. They completely, what do you call that? They knocked her out cold. She was done. They took all of them and then they capped the silver. This is during COVID. It just absolutely traumatized her. So I've never had a surgery, so I don't even have of all the things. I've had stitches, broken bones, I've had bumps and bruises, you name it, I've had it. But surgery is the one thing that I have not had. So I don't have a comparison to tell you, but I do know that we're all here for you, and don't worry, stay calm. You got this. The older the soul, the deeper the cave. Many starseeds and old souls enjoy their own company. Spending time alone can be comforting and necessary for their vitality, as it allows them to commune with their soul and fill up their energetic resources, especially if they have an underactive or open root chakra or find it hard being human. Yeah, COVID was it was brutal for everybody. It was absolute trauma. Many starseeds find it more nourishing to retreat than to spend their time in meaningless conversations and relationships. However, we must remember that we're not here to go about this life alone. Humans are pack animals, and we all need the love, company, and support of others, both emotionally and physically. In our increasingly online world, we can be connected to more people and yet feel more alone and isolated than ever. There's still so much we don't know about the energetic side effects of things like social media. With so many people knowing our news, what is it doing to our auric field? I couldn't read that. That was a little rough. Commonly, we find ourselves in constant conversation, yet lacking the genuine connection of physical community and touch. The main message of this card is to step out of your cave and physically reach out to those in your life, to replenish when you need to, but not isolate yourself. This could be seeing friends and family who live nearby or having a regular catch-up walk with someone. In what way can you open yourself up to the people who are physically in your life, those you truly know? How can you reach out to the people in your life today? Hi, Nerf. How are you? Are you reading the Bible? I am not. I am reading my oracle cards. These are specifically oracle cards, and they are for helping you show up with the best intention, a little more self-love, self-care, gratitude. Just helps us get to our highest best self. And I'm doing Virgo right in this moment. Hi, Nerf. How are you? I'm pretty sure I said it, but just in case, welcome in. Thanks for stopping in. We're doing Virgo right now. And Virgo's learning how to let go and find balance. I'm in the bush. I love when you come and visit in the bush. I appreciate you. You know I do. I'm doing Virgo and Leo, and then I don't know. I have 2 left to do, but I have to be done at 4, so we'll see how far I get. I try not to push it. I like to hang out and chit-chat with everybody, too. So, again, I'm finding the balance just as much as Virgo is. You gotta give me a minute, because Oh, there you go. All right. So yeah, they're learning how to belong in their own skin, to find the balance, to let go, and to understand that the unknown isn't meant to be scary. It's meant to show you your most creative, resourceful, resilient side. I'm supposed to reapply for monetization Sunday. You got this. You absolutely got this. I'm actually about to go live in a little bit to reach to 300 subscribers. Good for you. I'm Ethereum. A what? I'm so excited for you. Miss TT, you got this. You got this. I'm so glad. Oh my God, why is my brain? Oh, Raccoon, he got it. He absolutely got it. You got this. They got it. They got it. They can't make you wait no more. Enough is enough. Vivarian is someone who believes that they were an animal in their past life. And they wear masks and a tail to represent that animal. Interesting. Listen, I'm never going to judge anybody for what they believe. I'm never going to say you're right or you're wrong, because at the end of the day, if you're showing up and you're being your best self and you feel comfortable and you're happily you, and you're showing yourself that same love and compassion you would anybody else, then I'm happy. We all can teach each other something every single day. Every encounter is meant to teach us something brilliant and to show us that we all at the core have just one thing that matters. We're human. We love ourselves. We love other people. And we just want to live our life in safety and happiness. So, yes, I was on his live. That's fantastic. I am. I hit 300 subscribers 2 days ago. And the views, I'm stoked. I'm so super excited. And I'm setting my goal. Of course, I set it a long time ago, but I'm really, I'm doubling down on it. I'm aiming for monetization by the end of the year. That would be amazing. Oh, I didn't read what you said. You don't have to retract it. You never have to feel bad for who you are or what you're saying. And as long as you're not abusive or cruel to anybody here, you don't ever got to take your words back. Be you. Be you. Be proud and be you. We get bullied a lot and made fun of because of us dressing up like that animal. And we got caught. We get caught furry. Oh, you get called furries? I thought that was the terminology. I thought so, and I could be wrong. So, or is it a completely different thing? There's a lot of things going on, and people make fun of things, but at the end of the day, look at the LARPers, right? Look at Dungeons and Dragons. I forget what all those games were, but it's not any different than video games, I don't think. See, Death, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. You know what I've learned? Bullies are only bullies because, one, they're afraid of the unknown or they're scared. Two, or because they're upset because you're happy and shining brightly in who you are. So at the end of the day, by the way, all of these messages, Virgo, they relate and align.
I want bacon chips.
Oh, we don't have bacon chips. Tomorrow. Go eat your treats. That's all we got. That's what we got until we do the grocery store tomorrow. So, yeah. I'm saying this, and I promise you, for my Virgos, don't let somebody scare you out of this thing. When people come in and we have these extra side conversations, they're aligned. You're learning to find that balance. You're learning to trust in the unknown. You're learning to be okay with being yourself and not hold on so tightly to what other people think. Because you know what, at the end of the day, do you look at your own self in the mirror? Can you say, I showed up, I did my best, I love me, I'm glad I'm me, and everything I do, I try to do to my very best? Yes, you're not going to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. So we're not putting that expectation out there. But at the end of the day, if you can say, man, I tried my best, I treated people with love and with kindness, that's it. We don't care what other people think. If I told you some of the things people called me, no, I'm not making them right now. We have to leave at 4 o'clock, bud. You can have one more treat and then... A furry is someone who cosplays. Yeah, that's what I thought. Is that what you're talking about? Is that the same or different? Because I don't want to generalize you. Even if I don't know something all the way, that doesn't mean that I don't like it. But I also want to give it the respect that it is and try to understand or differentiate, right? So, and that's the best I can do, right? At the end of the day, as a human, what we don't know, being open to listening and learning is what makes us the best people that we are. And look, warrior woman. And yes, it says woman, but it doesn't have to be just woman. Every human being has a masculine side and a feminine, and the idea is to find that balance, right? And when you find that balance, those adjustments you made, you guarantee powerful change. What did you find? Yes, you can have those. Okay. All right, I'm going to go live. All right, congratulations. I hope you hit your, I'm saying it in advance. I'm not saying I hope. Congratulations on the 300 subscribers you're going to hit today. If you haven't hit it already, you're going to hit it today. Celebrate, be proud, and tell them all we grow together. We support, we grow, we listen and learn, and that's all this world is. I hope you have the best day, and I appreciate you for stopping by. It's always hectic here because my kiddo is home. All right, warrior woman. Let me find the. This is Virgos, by the way. In case I didn't say it a couple times. Angel number 56, which is boils down to a 2, which is balance, which is exactly what I'm talking about. Interesting. It aligns that balance, the masculine and the feminine. That's where change actually happens. That's where you're confident, emboldened, able to go into the unknown. You're starting to trust. When you get to pull from each, the masculine, the feminine, the angel, the devil, all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, you get to pull from the spiritual, from the practical. You have that power, and it's not. You can pull from each as you need, and when you do that and you only pull from each as you need, that's where you get your balance, right? Sometimes you got to pull that masculine, that hard work, and that determination, that obsessive amount to keep that force, to keep that endurance, to keep going when you're building and waiting for the world to catch up. Then there's other times where you just have to sit back, rest, wait for people to reciprocate, and then wait for the world to reciprocate. It doesn't have to be just people. And be in your spiritual and dream all of the things, get those flashes of ideas. So balance is the key no matter what we do. No, but I am in my community believes that we are like animals and we are trapped inside of, like not trapped in a way that we don't want to be in this body, but we just believe like you are an animal in your past life, right? So, which would be more actually, okay, first of all, I'm going to say what I think, and I'm not going to say it, I'm not generalizing or saying I know a specific thing, but I know there's many native tribes that believe that, right? I think that we all have had past lives, and I think we've all had our turn being a tree. We've all had our turn being an animal. We've all had our turn doing 30:03, as I said that on the clock. It's not just a one thing, right? We've all had past lives, and we weren't always human. We were meant to learn as we go. So I don't discredit you. I think you should celebrate exactly who you are and be happy about it. So, yeah, we've all had past lives. We weren't all kings and queens. We weren't all just humans. Some of us were damn fish. Like, we had to learn and grow and evolve, just like evolution. I know that's kind of a weird description, but as you learn and grow, each time you come back, you become better, more developed. And I think that's how it goes, right? So, were you an animal in your past life? It's very absolutely possible. And at the end of the day, no one person knows for sure, right? No one person 1000% knows, says absolutely that was a thing, that wasn't a thing. 3113, thank you, Spirit. Um, so at the end of the day, what you feel your connection is and what feels right to you, who the hell is anybody to tell you that it's not right? As long as you're not forcing it, you must be this, you must be that on somebody else, and you're saying, this is what I believe, 3131, thank you. And I'm happy with that. I saw that number 3 times today on a license plate. 3131 Virgo, something, that's the 3rd time I've seen that. That's about new beginnings, self-expressions, and alignment. You're going to get partially monetized soon. Me? Oh, I hope so. That would be awesome. I have my, what do you call it, buy me a coffee and my PayPal. So, like, I can take donations, but I can't do super chats and stuff. And I have it in my descriptions. I put it in all my descriptions. I just don't ask for it. If people are going to support, if they go to my website and support the Creatively Guided project that helps me get my workshops and stuff done, the group sessions, all the things that I've been creating. So it will happen. My stereotype is a deer or a wolf. Is it stereotype? Is that how you say it? Is the animal I dress up as. Stereotype. Right? If I said that wrong. Local, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Yes, of course you can hug your kitty. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. Stereotype. Yes, I know. It's been crazy. I've been so busy this week. It's been nuts. I've been catching up. I just redid. I don't want to say redid all my website, but because I've been trying to get the programming, my structure down so it's easy for people to understand. I never built a website before, so I've had to go back and do some like integrating, understanding, clarification, SEO, all that stuff. I'm here at work now, but supporting. I appreciate you so much. I do. So I went through and I got a lot of it done. I have to make a video between today and tomorrow, just saying, hi, I'm Tiffany, blah, 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 and I'm probably going to do it on my live tomorrow. I'm going to run through my spiel that says, it's got to be just a short clip, but there's going to be bloopers because my mouth just does what it wants, and intro video, yeah. The thing is, it's for my website, so when they come, they can understand what my programs are, what I've built, what I'm trying to help them with. The problem is, my mouth just does what it wants, and when I wanted to, the people that know me, they see me, the good, the bad, the bloopers, my brain froze, give me a minute, the side conversations. That's who I am. But when you can't have all that in a presentation video on your website. So, and I hate doing things that are scripted. Like, it's one thing to read something, it's a whole nother thing to have a basic line. But to have to script something and then read it, it feels so staged. So, we're going to have fun with that tomorrow, I think. I got too many workshops and stuff today. I have to go at 4. It's going to be just a crazy busy day. But, tomorrow we'll do the bloopers, and there'll be a whole bunch of those kind of faces that hopefully don't. They can go on the blooper reel. I don't care. People can clip it and have a laugh. But on the website, I gotta look like a human being and look like I have to be kind of serious. They have to believe that I actually know what I'm talking about, right? I'm okay with laughing at myself. I'm okay with failing forward. I'm okay with all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one who teaches you from in the trenches. I've been there, done that 1,000 times, and it ain't pretty and it ain't cute. But for the website, it has to be. So, yeah, my mouth gets me in trouble though. And yeah, I figured it'll be a little bit of fun. So I have my friends in, and y'all can laugh at me. I'll laugh at me too. Don't worry. But eventually, maybe we get one hot take, and it'll be good. And I'll be like, clip. Hold it, and you guys will be like, yep, that's the one, lock it in, because I'm only going to take a few before I go, F that. I know me too well. I'm not here to criticize me. I'm here to get the job done and do the best. Hey, can I set up a one-on-one live with you? Yes, absolutely. On my website, all of the information's there. You can have, if you go, I don't know why it keeps kicking me out of there. I'm trying to keep so I can see the chat, but if you go to my website, all the descriptions, if you, like in my bio on here, all of that's there. I have a free 30-minute clarity call, which is just a strategic one. If you want a reading like this, mixed with a strategy call, whatever it is you're trying to move forward with, then I have email one where I send you a video like this, or we go on Zoom and we do one-on-one and you ask your questions, I give you your answers, and we have an hour. So yeah, I've been doing a lot. I've been busting my butt, and the website looks so much better. I'm so proud of myself. It's still not perfect. I have all my healing hub and stuff, but I'm going to create a blog too, because I have so much to say, and if people have the time to read it. But I'd like to do an audio one. I think that'd be kind of cool. I've been busting my butt, let me tell you. I've been working so hard, even when I sleep, I'm trying to work. So, so you want to do a reading like on here, on my lives? Yeah, I know. Oh, for the website? Yeah, I think it would be cool. Because then they know your voice. Yeah, if you want to, like, do you want to do an interview, or you just want, you want me to do a reading for you and then let everybody else kind of hear it? Oh, it doesn't matter. I tune into you. If it's an energetic one, when we connect and I do one-on-one, it's an energetic thing. But you have to remember what I do. I don't teach. I'm not going to tell you what your ex-girlfriend did on Wednesday. My focus is, because energy is fluid. Also, 38. Okay, Spirit. Also, when if I have an agreement with you, right, then I'm pulling your energy. So if there's other people in your energy, and they show up in the reading, then that's a whole nother story. Like if there's people like digging into your energy, they will show up. But asking about other people, if there's no energetic contract to do that, then I'm playing with universal law, and it's just like would be like me going to peek into your curtains without asking, right? That nobody wants that, right? So you want me to peek into your curtains? Yes, but you agree to it. There's a big difference, right? So you let me know when you want to do it. We can book it. It's 1 hour. Or I will do ones for donation while I'm here, but you got to send to the PayPal, and it just depends on how many questions, and I'll do it by donation. So it depends on how in depth you want. What's with all the numbers? 39, 39. Everything's going. It's double numbers. That is the balance, duality. Yeah. I'll be over and book it. Yeah, you let me know. And if you want me to do it on live here, I can, or it can be just you and me on Zoom. We'll record it, and then if you want, you can do whatever with the recording, if I can save it. I think I can email it to you, right? We'll figure it out if you want to have a copy for your own self. But we'll work through it. And if you sign up there, yeah, let me know what you want. We'll figure it out. I got to get back to work. All right, have a good day. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you. Okay, Virgo, I've been talking a lot, which means you're learning how to step out of your shell. You're finding the balance. You're getting rid of the fear of the unknown. You're learning how to expect great change. And you're understanding that when you expect great change and when you stop fearing the unknown and sit in it, your personal issues, all of that stress, all of that fear is going to go away.
Yes, you may.
Yes, you may. I just dropped the card. Balance, my friend. Balance is going to be your key to success every which way. All right, warrior woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? Ooh, ooh. Yeah, you're starting to feel good in your own skin. That's good. You're here for a reason. You're being called to bravely pave a path. Have you answered your highest and deepest calling? Living a heart and soul led life is not a fluffy and smooth sailing. No shit. Living a heart and soul led life requires courage to triumph over fear. So often our fears are the gatekeepers to our greatest gifts. And the more resistance we have toward answering a call, the more important it is to our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way.
Mom.
Joan of Arc was known, what, baby?
What?
That's Christmas, but
I like Christmas.
that looked like our wrapping paper. Okay, go sit down.
But Mommy,
Okay, but I'm trying to read this.
I'm.
It's not Christmas time, bud. You got some time to wait. Joan of Arc was known for her courage and her famous line, "I am not afraid. I was born to do this." But the thing about courage is that it is not possible without fear. This is my favorite part. You're learning that it doesn't have to be fear. It can be the same as excitement. It's just flipping the switch. Your perspective matters. It was just 42-44 when I said flipping the switch. I'm telling you, as within, so without. The way those numbers are coming, you know, and to fix the outside, you got to go inward first. And you're doing it. And that's good. Think of your fears as opportunities to expand rather than the things that are holding you hostage. If you look at your fears in this light, then as uncomfortable as it may feel, it's actually a sign that you are on the right track. Have you answered your deepest calling? Now, I'm going to read this other card again because it matters. Those who are willing to be vulnerable move among mysteries. Thank yourself for times when you feel uncertain. You're learning how to understand that uncertainty doesn't mean it has to be fear. You're learning how to find balance in those times of uncertainty. Inside these openings lives your most creative self, striving and dreaming for a more beautiful future. You're starting to trust in yourself. You're understanding that you can be scared and never move and stay stuck, or you can take that moment, take it one step at a time, and learn how to find your balance along the way. And that takes a lot of work, but you're committed to doing it. And the more you commit to doing that, the end result is just baby steps, right? You don't have to have the whole thing figured out. You just have to have the next step figured out. You have to have your tools ready in your tool belt, and I talk about it all the time, and I never stop talking about it, because once you find the tools that work for you, you pack them in your tool belt. And once they're there, when that fear comes, when that uncertainty comes, you're not freaking out anymore. You're trusting. Okay, stay balanced, get grounded.
Mommy, I like strawberry silk cake too. Can you give me strawberry?
Yes, I'm working. Yes, but it's not time. Okay, you're gonna pause, breathe, choose from your tool belt, and move. Those are your steps, right? They're so simple. And when you take it just like that, and you give yourself that space, and you find that balance, that uncertainty stops being fear, and it becomes clarity, right? It becomes something that's not something you're fighting for. You're just actively working your way to get there. 44-44. Thank you. That is your stable foundations. You are safe. You are loved. You are worthy of love. And of course, all those fours is 88. Furred and feathered friends. Oh, are you still here? This one, I think, came out just for you. And this is actually a really good one. What was your name? Wolves, right? Wolves, are you still here? This is for Virgo, but this came out, and this came out based on the conversation that we were having. I would bet every dollar on it. If not, I'll have to tag you in this, because I don't want you feeling unsure. It's okay to feel how you feel, choose what you choose, and just be absolutely empowered in it. Furred and feathered friends. Ethical consumption, making a difference through our food choices, caring for all beings, animals, environmental awareness, doing the best we can, and animal spirit guides. Wolves, this one's for you, so I hope you're still here. Animals are intuitive and sacred beings that walk the earth beside us. They are the wisdom keepers of many earth traditions and some of our most loving companions. They have much to teach us, and yet the way some species are treated is quite unbelievable. As we become more empathic and our sense of compassion expands beyond that of our own family and community sphere, we start to see other beings and the quality of their lives as interconnected and equal. We may be inspired to align our actions with our compassion to minimize the harm we do to the planet and all her inhabitants. As humans are evolving and moving to lighter consciousness, our bodies may struggle to digest what was once healthy and fortifying. Also, when we are doing the work spiritually, we may feel more sensitive to the things that don't fit with our values. When we take on the energy of a product that has suffering imbued in it, no matter how good it tastes or even how organic it is, we may notice a lowering of our vibration as it challenges our spiritual integrity. That is not to say that there is a way of living and eating that everyone should adopt. This message is about doing the best we can within our circumstances. It is not always possible to access nutritious or locally produced alternatives. However, as consumers, we do have the power to push for change by choosing how and where we spend our money. Amen. I'm an absolute, I'll never stop saying that. We have many more options in the West than in previous generations for plant-based alternatives. Furthermore, there is evidence to show that minimizing the intake of animal-based foods helps to address a range of endemic health issues. As the false food pyramid falls away, they reveal themselves as misinformative marketing tools of the meat industry. We can let go of this falsehood and choose nourishment that is sustainable, healthy, and inspiring. Also, be aware of environmental factors, such as land clearing and water use. Once you start to scratch the surface, you will discover alarming and eye-opening truths about food production. There is no need to be dogmatic about making a shift, but do what you can. It does make a difference. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. Translation of the Sanskrit prayer. Sorry. Now, the reason I'm saying this, we're talking about food and like they're talking about plant-based, but it's not even that. We were born carnivores, we're eating them. It's always good to incorporate and eat less. But the biggest problem is when we go to, for instance, the butcher shops, many of the farms, chicken farms, not people that have chickens for pets and stuff on their farm, like chicken farms where they're all in the cage and you know, they live in fear. They live in cage. So they have that, it's built into, just like when you feel fear, right? All of that cortisone and all that extra stuff goes into the meat, right? It's about being humane. It's about not overeating. It's about being thankful for the things we have. And when we get to that space, obviously we can't always hunt our own food, or, you know, we don't have the possibility to do those things. But understanding that that stuff does lower our vibration, and the best way to fix that along the way is not to judge yourself for eating meat, is to give grace and always say thank you, but also when you're cooking, you know, talk to your food. You know, I imbue this with a little extra love. I thank you for the grace and how you died to provide this meal, right? I wish you the best. Like, saying that and allowing that and speaking that love into your food, it literally tastes better. It's always going to raise your vibration, and it's going to make you feel so much better. So it's not always about what you have. I'm telling you, we lived on junk because we didn't have another choice, you know, for many, many years. But the way I could make a meal out of almost nothing and make it taste so good, it was because of the love that we put into it, right? Meals that should have had us sick because we had to eat so much of the crap and no healthy stuff to go with it. And I had to feed so many people on so little that, you know, it should have made us all sick. We didn't have enough of the nutrients and stuff we needed, but it never did. because I spoke love and life into the food. I spoke grace and said, thank you for what we have, and thank you for everything that gave its life to feed us, right? Like each time you speak it how you want to speak it, but when you speak that love and you say thank you for it and you understand that you truly are thankful, because there are many people actually starving to this day that it should just never be a thing. But when you understand that and you take that time, I won't cook if I'm angry. I don't cook at all. Because if I'm mad, if I'm so frustrated that I can't even pay attention to what I'm doing, or I'm angry, then I'm going to put that energy into the food, and I don't want to do that. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. I'm just telling you what I do and why I do it. Our words hold power. Our energy holds power. That balance, that gratitude, that self-love, it flows with you, and I promise you it will always make your food, your water, all of your drinks taste better, especially water. And there's actually scientific proof to back that up. So it's not just me talking on. It really is scientific proof, and they can show you visually with pictures. It's proof, right? The same thing goes to your food, speaking to your own self, speaking to your water, and then drinking it every day. Give yourself the best possible chance to be your best self. And yes, Virgo, I'm telling you that now because you're learning to understand what it feels like to belong in your own skin. You're going inward. And these small little things that seem like, a big deal, who cares? If you just incorporate them, you're not taking anything away. You're not hindering yourself. You're not going to feel the loss of something you've had to let go of. You're literally just incorporating, adding some little extra things, and I promise you, you'll notice the difference. You want to strive for that balance? You want to be happy and full of self-love? That's the way to do it. Now, the meaning of this card. Look at how you choose to nourish your physical body and your ethics and reasoning surrounding your food choices. Where possible, explore fortifying, filling, and nourishing alternatives. Especially, you don't want to overproduce. As much as possible, raw, fresh vegetables or lightly cooked. Meat you don't want raw, but you want to have as much natural, unproduced stuff as possible. Your body and energy will thank you for it. This card also signifies strong animal energies. That could mean working more closely with an animal spirit guide or bringing a four-legged companion into your life. You may have a greater awareness of the wisdom of the animals that you encounter and what their traits or messages mean to you. I'm going to have to tag wolves because this is a double meaning. And again, it just all comes back to balance, right? You get what you give. And there's many, I want to say tribes, but cultures where animal spirit guides, it is actually a thing. And they relate to the animals. They talk to the animals. Crows bring messages every day. Look at the eagles, birds, wolves. They've always been known as spirit guides for as long as I've been alive, and any of the history books, things that I've ever learned. So what Wolves was saying is not something that is so out of disbelief. What's with the mirrored numbers? 1221, taking initiative. You made a decision to find the balance. Thank you. I love you. Okay, I gotta finish this, baby. You know that you and your loved ones are safe because you made this decision. You took the initiative to start trusting in the unknown and find your balance. And it's an active thing. You have to work on it every day. It's not something like, oh, I'm going to be balanced and that's it. Life, things change. Food choices matter. People, your surroundings, all these things matter. And when we take that into consideration, we take the initiative. We make the decision, right? And to belong and feel like you belong in your own skin, you got to look inward. You got to go with those emotions. You got to learn how to flow with it, understand it, and trust it. Because then when you take those steps, you know they're going to be balanced. And you're doing it. Good for you. 1221. You start seeing this number everywhere? Remember what I say. Get present. What were you thinking? What was going on around you? What shows were playing? What was the feeling in your body? What were you doing? Because Get present, like do a full body scan, because that's going to lead you. There's something there for you to pay attention to, and when you notice it and follow it, it's going to lead you to your next step, right? Hi, Omega. Welcome, welcome. Miss Grace, you got to be quiet a little bit, okay? No yelling. Thank you. All right, so taking initiative, transformation, positivity, happiness, communication, messages, good news, self-expression, and high energy. You're raising your vibration just by figuring out how to be balanced and let go of fear. That's pretty good. Make the most of what you have. I'm telling you, I'm the queen of that. So if you need help with that, let me know. I can always give suggestions. I don't like to gatekeep. And it will lead you to new heights. Acknowledge your blessings and cherish your loved ones. Inspiration will guide you forward, helping you discover your path. Exciting news and positive developments are on the horizon. 1221. You're finding that balance. You're trusting yourself. You're letting go of fear. That doesn't mean there's not going to be uncertainty. There doesn't mean there's not going to be chaos or stress. That happens. But you're learning to find the balance. You're learning you can choose from your wild self and from your calm self. You can choose from your masculine and your feminine. You can choose from your spirituality and the earth, the action steps. It's all a walking balance. Okay, and you take from each. They're both the good, the bad, the ugly. The good, the absolute angel, and the absolute demon. Do we want to do either one all the time? No. But if you got to pull that sweetness and use that for yourself and for others, and that other times you need that demon. Now, we're not going killing people, no craziness, but that demon saying, hey, I'm going to advocate for myself. I'm fierce and I'm mad and I'm going to use my power and I'm going to use my voice to speak up. And guess what? That's the more mean part, right? And it's not being mean. It was just 57. It's you advocating for yourself. And sometimes it takes that frustration, that negative part that everyone wants to hide or shy away from to push you to advocate for yourself. And it takes that angel to understand how to balance it out, right? So we don't get to beast mode. We just take that power and we use it with the proper words to advocate for ourselves, what it is we're actually wanting. And you're learning that. You can take from any of all those things, the good, the bad, the ugly, at any time, whenever you need. That's balance, my friend. And it's a hard line to walk, and you're not always going to be in balance, but you're learning to find it even in the chaos. And that is a feat. That is an absolute feat. Sorry, here with my 3 children, they're distracting me. I have my kiddo, she distracts me all day, every day. You never have to apologize. Children are meant to distract us, but with so much love. And frustration, but love. It's safe to slow down, relax, and let go. You're not holding on to expectations. You're not worrying so much what other people are thinking of you. You're worrying a lot more about what you think of you. That's really good. I'm really proud of you, Virgo. That's some deep, deep work that you've been doing, and that's something to be proud of. You miss me? I'm right beside you. How can you miss me? What number do we got? 59? Let's see. 59 minutes.
You did.
You did what?
You made me that cup.
You did. Oh, she wants me to show you my coffee cup. This is my daughter's artwork, and she made it. And then I asked them to put my logo. It says Grace's Art here. They do the card project every year, and she made it. So I got some handbags and stuff like that, which I just love so much. I think it's the cutest thing ever. We're at 1 hour. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to do Leo next. I think was on the other side. Yeah. For my Leos, by the way, I'm a Leo, so when I say I feel personally attacked sometimes, it's Spirit doesn't mind telling me to get my crap together too. So your thumbnail, please change it up and stay away from day 1 to 30. Don't want YouTube come for you. What do you mean? Really? So what if I change it from 1 to 7 and then tomorrow do a different one? But still says 30 days in May. But it's not a mass upload. I'm teaching with each of mine. Your did I do Cancer? I did not. You're Cancer, Miss TG? No, I didn't. So maybe I'll do Leo. Is there any Leos in the room right now? Because if you're here, I'll do Leo. Cancer, just for you. Damn, 10111. So what am I supposed to do? Make just a different thumbnail? And just not put one, or just put no day 1 of 30? Okay, I'll do Cancer. Let me cross that off so I don't mess it up. Because I have to leave a little early today. Usually it's 2 hours, but I have a workshop and a bunch of stuff to go to at 4, and I gotta drive all the way across town to drop my daughter off. So I don't want to be late. It was so good. I'll have to do. Yeah, I'll figure out how many can I do before they say it's mass. But I do it for my Alchemy Emotion. I do it for each playlist. Because I have the Alchemy Emotion episode 1, and then it says Rage is a Teacher 2. Each episode is on the theme. I'll figure it out. I'll talk to GPT, see if they can help me make another one that's aligned, but a little bit different. The reason I kept it the same is so people know. Yeah, I'm going to mark that down actually. Let me audit. YT. GPT. If you look at my paper, this is how I get crap done in a day. I tell you. But I get it done, so it happens. Okay, Cancer. We're going to start at 1:03. That way, when these post, you can go back with the timestamp. Just for you, Miss TT. Cancer it is. If I can get the cards out. Okay, so all the other ones, I started with the Moonology because I kind of like in the theme and I like the way it comes out. So for my Cancers, what I am looking for is what's a little easier to focus on with the moon cycle, how we're showing up. What's the little action steps, those little extras, the theme of the month for my Cancers, please. Don't give me a whole story time, just 1 or 2, please. Yeah, I never thought about that because I keep my life small. What is that? A win-win outcome is forecast. Miss TT, guess what? Somebody's going to be approved. Think positive and trust. What it says on the bottom of the deck, what does it say? Have faith in your dreams. It's coming. A win-win outcome is forecast. You're going to be monetized again. You're going to have it together. You already know. And I want you to walk and act as if. No matter what. When you apply again tomorrow, you'll know pretty quickly. But I don't want you going in with fear. It already says have faith in your dreams and a win-win outcome is forecast. But you can't be like, oh, I'm afraid that this is going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I've been putting in the work. I'm doing all the things. Keeping that positive attitude. When you know you've been doing all the work, and you've been positive since day 1, right? Even with the struggle. Like, all your lives were amazing. You're always helping people. Sunday, yes. No fear. Expect that the good things are happening. Expect that a win-win outcome is forecast because you have faith in your dreams, because you've been doing the work and you keep showing up. And you made the changes, right? Before you didn't know. There's nothing we can do when we don't know. As we learn, we grow. And you know what? As you learned and as you grew, you've shared it. You come, you help others, you inspire us. That's a win-win outcome all day long, my friend. You deserve every bit of it. Every bit of it. And as soon as you are, let me know so I can come join your membership. Because I was joined and then that happened. And same with Red. So I want to make sure when y'all are monetized, I'm right back there. All right. Solitude is where I place my chaos to rest and awaken my inner peace. Oh, you got the same one, even though I shuffled. All right, TD, balance. In one hand, you hold your wildness, in the other, your quietness. Draw from each as needed. And actually, this one is the same one, but there's a similar one that kept coming out yesterday. There were two different cards, but they were saying the same thing. And there's like a global thing happening right now. And I mean global, like everywhere. People are starting to find balance. And I'm going to get political for a moment. Not got nothing to do with Trump. It's got nothing to do with the left or the right. But at the end of the day, if you look at the spectrum, you're starting to see the Democrats and the Republicans. They're starting to say, I don't like either one of you. Like the way their behavior is, right? And when they're looking at each other and saying, like, you're human just like me, and neither one of us like the crap that's happening right now, right? People are starting to see their humanness in others, and they're starting to find that balance and understanding that the good, the bad, the left, the right, the whatever is like it's two sides of a coin. There's duality to everything, and when we find the balance, and because it's been coming out for everything, which says to me all the signs are going through a balancing. They're understanding that we're all human, and once we can understand and see our sameness with others, it's a lot easier to be like, how can you hate someone because they're a Democrat or because you don't like their religion or think you're better than, like, to me, I don't care who you are or where you're from. I'm going to start with 100 behaving like Jamaican politics. The whole thing. I don't know Jamaican politics, but I just think all politics is because the things that actually need to be happening aren't happening. And when people think they're better than others, it really, you're put in a position to be a servant, right? That's the job. You're supposed to make sure you're doing your best for everybody. And yes, you can't always be perfect, but at least at the end of the day, when you're making decisions, people have to know that you're making it from clarity and from your highest best choice. Not for your own benefit, it's for everybody, for the best you possibly can. And there's a balancing happening right now, and you'll see, that was just one example, but you'll see some of the things that are coming out. People are getting caught for some messed up crap, which I knew was going to happen 10 years ago. I talked about it, and man, I got my ass handed to me for saying the stuff that I said. Everyone said I was crazy, all kinds of stuff, and now it's coming true, and I'm kind of like, have a laugh a little. I'm not laughing because it happened. I'm just laughing because it's like if there ever was a moment of, I told you so, this would be my moment. But there's a balancing happening internally, personally, and just globally in the world. People are feeling it. They're becoming more centered. They're starting to understand themselves, and they're starting to give themselves more compassion. And that is cancers are some of the most intuitive out there. They are also that water. You learn to flow with things, right? And when you do that, Pisces and Cancer are very, very intuitive. And when you lift the veil and you look outside of yourself and, look at people from just an observant perspective, right? And you just look as if you're witnessing things. It's a little easier to do that. And when you do that, it allows you to see, hey, I kind of feel the same way on that, right? I'm not judging you because of what somebody else said 10 weeks ago somewhere else. I'm judging you from our interaction, what we've dealt with, right? And you're observing it and you're saying, hey, I kind of feel the same way. People are now, they're looking at the bigger picture. They're starting to see all of these things, these changes, they need to happen. And it's going to keep happening until change actually happens, right? It's got nothing to do with us. That's God. That's God in action, saying, yeah, y'all got away with shit for far too long. Y'all playing the game. And now the universe is going to balance it out. And there's going to be casualties. Like, unfortunately, when the wildfires and stuff like that happen, it's scary. But it's happening because it's like you were warned, and watch. Those wildfires, especially in California, look how many famous people lost their house, right? It's sad for the other people, but, there are many people that deserved it that lost their house. And that was like a final warning. The earth is only going to take so much before it fights back, and we're learning that. Hi, Tommy. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I'm doing Cancer right now. Is that, you said your wife was Cancer. Miss TT's Cancer, too. This is good. What was I saying? Y'all are finding balance? Oh, and was it your wife? You said your wife was Cancer, right? I think I remember, and then I second guessed myself. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But I'm pretty sure you said. But I'm going to pull this up just so you, because I just started. This one says, have faith in your dreams. So I don't know if your wife is starting something or got some ideas, but she needs to start getting it done, because it says a win-win outcome is forecast. Y'all are getting it done, and you're finding balance. I'm going to read this, because I'm assuming that I remember correctly. If not, I read it double for no reason. You just needed another reminder. But I'm pretty sure Tommy said his wife was Cancer too. And then it says, solitude is where I place my chaos to rest and awaken my inner peace. In one hand, you hold your wildness. In the other, your quietness. Draw from each hand as necessary. And literally, that's what's happening in the planet. There's a balancing happening. And there's been a few different cards, but for every single sign so far has been some form of balancing. And it's a global thing, and it's happening. Mother Earth is doing it. God's doing it. The universe is saying enough. And people are walking in their own divine authority. So they're saying, they're now, I don't like this. I see something, I say something. Like, look at TMZ was always like the, what do you call that? The gossip reporter or whatever. And now they're checking the White House. They're like, get congressmen, put them down because they're messing with people. People are starting to stand in their authority and saying, no, that's not okay. I don't care what side of the coin you're on. And not, there's a balancing that's happening. And Cancer is saying, all right, I'm with it. I'm for this, right? And because Cancers are emotional, and they're like water, right? They're fluid and they're intuitive. So when they start listening to themselves, they know, I'm following my gut. I'm listening. I'm trusting. Of course, a win-win outcome is forecast. I trust me. I have faith in my dreams, and I know I'm going to win. When God balances things out, if you're on the wrong side, oh yeah, you're going to get your ass handed to you. Yes, she is July. My manager is a Cancer in the company. Cool. Very awesome. I thought I remembered, but, which is unusual, because I have my moments where I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. And then other times, it's gone. So I can't promise I'll remember forever, but I have my moments. To be fair, sometimes I can't remember my own name. It's a crapshoot. Who knows? All right, so we got 3 self-care. So, my Cancers, y'all are going to figure it out. I'm really sharp. I have my moments. Keep the expectations a little bit low. Don't tell on me. 11414. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, Spirit won't let me say I'm dumb either. And when I do, I get my ass handed to me. Okay, so we got 3 self-care. The balance for gratitude is balance, which just means you're already being grateful. You're already doing the things. Now you just got to balance it, right? It's okay to be thankful for yourself, too. It's okay to say, yes, thank you to yourself. Thank you for showing up. Hi, boo-boo. All right, let me read these. I got to read. Can you be nice? Give me a kiss. I love you. Go eat your chocolate. Oh, you got chocolate face. All right, so people who love themselves don't hurt other people. The more we hate ourselves, the more we want others to suffer. Reflect on a time that you hurt someone else. We've all been the villain in somebody's story, even if it was just standing up for ourselves. Doesn't mean we didn't hurt their feelings. Okay, so there's always going to be a time. Reflect on it. What inside of you was out of balance during this time? Have you been able to rebalance those parts? You're just checking in, right? That's the personal accountability. That's your clarity. That's your understanding. And that's exactly why you know a win-win outcome is forecast. Because you know when you got to take from that angel. You know when you got to take from that devil. You know when you need to be up in your head or doing the action steps. You understand what balance is. And you're not afraid to check yourself. You're not afraid to come back and say, that feels a little off. What's going on? What am I got going on? 11551. Spirit. The numbers today are insane. The mirrored numbers, the double numbers, that speaks of the duality, and of course, as within, so without. Again, the rebalancing. It's just, this is a global scale, and each sign, that is something that's coming in. Except Cancer, you're mastering this. And you're getting confident. Not just mastering it, you're getting confident. You're like, yeah, I'm going to figure it out. I may not know all the steps, but I know how to make the next steps, and I know to pull exactly what I need from. My tool belt is packed, and I'm ready to go. And that's good. At the edge of the forest, the thistles were attaching themselves to the fur of animals. What serendipity to hitch a ride to your future. Reflect upon times that someone else or an outside circumstance changed your life out of the blue. How are you transported into your future? Give thanks for these acts of serendipity that the universe provides. When we trust and we find that balance, okay, nope, I'm reading. Yes, that's great. You can go look at that. But remember the boundary. We have to be fair. I always say it. Speak it to the universe. Speak your greatness. Show up with everything you got. Give it everything you got. But trust. You got to let it go. You have to have faith. You have to know that a win-win outcome is forecast. No matter what the detours are, no matter what happens, you have to have that faith. And every time you reflect on all those times that this worked out in your favor, things went just perfectly, and you don't know how, or you don't know why, or where it came from. That person started supporting you. The generous donation out of nowhere. The beautiful support, the way people show up to your stuff. A million things, right? But how many times can you count on how they showed up, where they showed up, and you're like, but God, right? There's no other answer. That's because you trusted and you let the universe weave its web. God said, okay, do your thing and let everything show up. Nobody can do it like God does, so why are we fight it? We do everything we're supposed to do, everything we've learned to this point, and then we keep moving forward and trust and know. We don't have to worry. We have faith because we know, we expect, we know a win-win outcome is forecast. I hurt feelings on a regular basis, ma'am. Not sorry at all. They ask for it, so I give them hell. Listen, I'm not going to judge you there. If you ever heard my mouth go off when I go full throttle, I can be very cruel. I can be very rude and absolutely vile. I have been, especially when I was younger and before I started to heal. Man, you came at me, I'll come with all I got, and I would make I've watched grown men literally blubbering because I tore them a new ass, and it's not something to be proud of. Every time I felt like crap, every time I felt really bad afterwards, because that's not who I am. We all, again, that balance, we have the absolute capacity to be an angel or a demon. And that could be just as much as our words or our actions, right? Obviously, nobody wants to get to demon actions. That you've been so far out of balance that things aren't working. But knowing when to pull for that and advocate for yourself. And yes, sometimes advocating for yourself is saying, yo, you're being an asshole, and I'm going to tell you why, and that's that. It's very, sometimes we try to do it a little more proper, I guess, but you're not obligated to do that. Understanding that advocating for yourself in the best possible way, and if you don't do it perfectly next time, you'll try again the next time, right? It's learning to understand, at least you're learning how to advocate for yourself, and that's the priority here. Out of everything, that's the priority. 12002. The way these numbers are coming, I just do that to people that act like asses. Yeah, I'm like that too. I have a thing for bullies. They come in with their negativity, and not like they can talk shit to me. I don't really care. I got a thick skin. But when I see them being nasty to someone else, what is that? Is that you? I think those people, the neighbors. But when people are having they're being cruel to someone else, I kind of get all mama bear, and I can be pretty mean. But I really try to check myself, and that's my own personal thing. And because I do that doesn't mean I'm going to judge somebody if they don't. We all have our moments, and I definitely have been nasty with my mouth when I said things, so it is what it is, right? I made it up here on this bridge between Starshine and Clay, my one hand holding tight my other hand. Come celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed. Recall your nearest to death experience. What a miracle that we continue through these times. Literally, you're pulling from the good, the experiences, the happy 120, 121. Spirit with the numbers today. I cannot. It's the balance. It is literally a global balancing that's happening, and you're understanding that when I need to be happy, I'm going to pull from my best experiences. When I need that anger and that frustration, it's a tool. I'm going to use that negativity to build that anger so I have that endurance to get through. That's balance. That's understanding. That's what those tools are for. When you know how to pull them and use them for your benefit, you're maximizing every little bit that you can. And because you're doing that, you're staying balanced because you're getting that excessive energy. Instead of wasting it on worrying and thinking negative and all those things, you're saying, yeah, but if I just pull from here and pull from here, I need a little bit of this. Okay, maybe I'm getting a little aggressive. I'm going to back it up. It's just 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Then it's as within, so without. That balance is always going to come back to balance, and that's the striving. But Cancers are especially really good at this because they know how to flow. They're very intuitive. They know how, especially when they're in balance, right? They're their highest best self when they're in balance, and they know exactly what to pull from, and they have faith in themselves because they know exactly what's going on and what tools they need. And that took a lot of practice to get there. Nobody woke up that way. Nobody was born with all that. Well, you may have been born with all that information. You just didn't know how to use it. There is no chip. I told you that already. Nice try. Okay, for my Cancers, what do we got? Discovery, freedom and adventure. You're not afraid to step out. You're not afraid to have faith in your dreams. You're not afraid to do anything because you have the balance. You know what you got to pull from. You know what the tools are, and you're saying, I got it. I already know I've won. You know, I'm just taking my time getting there. I'm going to get wherever I got because at the end of the day, it's a for sure thing. And that's pretty cool. All right. We got the warrior woman, but it was the priestess. This is the bottom one. But warrior woman it comes with a balance. It's not sunshine and roses, and you know that. But how are you being called to step up and lead? This is the important one. And the way it's at the bottom of the deck. You already know. You know what you're doing. You understand. That's what the priestess is, right? The higher realms. You're up in the skies. Your spirit, your connection to God, to the angels, to all your ancestors. That's a priestess. What do I want? I gotta figure out what number it is. I think it's 88, but I should have these memorized by now. 46, pardon me, which is 1, new beginnings, 6-4. I just flipped to 64, not 46. All right. How are you being called to step up and lead? The priestess is a teacher. By the way, Cancers, this is like your forte. This right here. Thank you, C Death. I appreciate you staying. Wen got groceries and Wendy's. I'm hungry. I have a workshop to go to. I don't know what I'm going to have. We'll figure it out. She's going to the babysitter, so she gets all kinds of junk food and dinner there. I don't know what I'm having yet. You already have your chocolate. No, we'll make that before we go. We can take it with us. But I have to finish doing this first, okay? I love you. Yeah, I don't want you setting my microwave on fire, so just give me one moment, okay? Deal? When I'm done this, then I'll go put it in for you. All right, the priestess is a teacher dedicated to service, freedom, and leadership.
Then you want me to put the number 4 so I can...
No, not the number 4. And that's why I said you need to leave it and let me do it. Let me finish this, and I'll help you. But if you don't wait for me and have patience, then you're not going to get my help. Do you understand? So sit there and watch your show, and let me finish this. Balance my bud. Okay, nearest to passing, there's been a lot. Buckshot missed my neck. Jesus. the 2 is inches, 6 inches. Yeah, day after Christmas. I had to think. I had a crane strap drop a 3,000 log over my head. Oh, okay. And you know what that means. That's God saying you're damn lucky. Pay attention. There's some shit that needs to change. Doesn't mean you have to change your whole life, but what it does mean is have faith. Start walking as if you're fucking protected, because very clearly you are, which means you have something to share, people to help, places to go, people to uplift. And all that's telling you is get it done, pay attention, and that's a good thing. Also, my ex-husband, we used to build roller coasters. We traveled with the Carnival forever, but my ex-husband and his family, they had the cranes, and they were swinging a generator. I can't even tell you how heavy this generator was. And he's sitting there, and it's got like this lip, right? So it's got to sit directly in. And he's leaned over like this, guiding it, his head underneath it. And I'm like, yo, what are you, like I came around the corner and I yelled, like, what are you doing? And he kind of got mad at me, and he still had his hand sitting on the lip. And I'm like, that thing could have dropped and just killed your ass. And I kid you not, as soon as I said that, the thing dropped, and his fingers were still there, and it just caught, like, it hit, but he got it out in time, and he lost all his fingernails on one hand. But the cable snapped, like it frickin' snapped. 1:32:32 on the clock. Like, he would have died. Like, it would have been absolutely over if I hadn't come around that corner and hollered at him. When I tell you the way things happen, they happen for a reason. And when we ever question that and act like it's not a big deal, God's going to show us every single time exactly why, what we're meant to see. And if we miss it the first time, he's going to do it again and again and again, until finally you're just not helpable anymore and it's over. But I don't think there's one person on this planet that's still alive today that can't say there was this time that I should have been absolutely dead and I wasn't. That's God. And every time when you start noticing that, nearest to death experiences, right? The good, the bad, the ugly. You have to know, if I'm still here and he didn't take me out, that means there's still stuff I have to learn, teach, and share. Cancer says, let me take that and use it to my benefit. And that's pretty amazing. All right. Teacher is a teacher dedicated to service, freedom, and leadership. You don't need to have it all together to lead. In fact, it helps if you don't. No one wants a perfect angel who hasn't made any mistakes. Let your life be your message. I'm telling you. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your story. It's by hearing someone else's journey that we feel less alone. We realize that we're actually all in this thing called life together. The difference between a follower and a leader is that a leader has the courage to go first. In stepping out, they shine a light on the path for others to venture forward too. Don't fret too much about trying to work out who is your tribe. Don't get stuck in age, income, hobbies, or occupation. The best way to discover your tribe is to look in the mirror. If you feel called to lead, chances are it's because at some point in your life you longed for someone to lead you. Your tribe is longing for exactly the same thing as you were and are, and might only be one step behind you. Hell, they may even be right alongside you. You don't need anyone's permission. Just take the courage, the courage to stand up. Embrace your struggles, the peaks, the troughs. You don't need to know the way. Just believe that there might be a different one. Your tribe is waiting for you. Step forward so they can find you. Who are you being called to step up and lead? How can you be the leader as you wish you had? The priestesses know, energy's fluid. Things change all the time. Every time you make a different choice, there's a different outcome. It's just, that's what it is. And it's about learning from those choices. Yeah, I could tell you story after story after story. You have stories to share. There's things that you're doing. And then we have discovery, freedom, and adventure, right? You're understanding that every time you overcome something, every time life is an adventure, things are going to happen. You're not fearing the unknown. You're not worried about what's going to happen. because you know you're protected, right? And as long as you keep showing up and trying, when it's time for you to go, it's time for you to go. But you're not going to go before your story's over. You're not going to go before you get to finish what you're doing, right? Maybe buy a lotto ticket. Thanks, Tommy. I appreciate that and the kind words. Yeah, it's just nuts. I've been through some stuff, and when I tell you at the end of the day, that balance, the void. Stop. Embrace winter. Great cosmic wounds. Okay, womb, not wounds. You're trusting. You always know that discovery is the inner discovery, right? That's how you find the balance. That's how you know what's coming, what's going. And that's how you know. You're just knowing every single time, no matter what step you take. If something feels unclear or something to worry about, you take the time, you sit in it. You go to the void and you ask, what is it I need to know, learn, understand, balance, pull from, how do I get back to balance, right? That's the discovery. You did the discovery. You've been doing the discovery. Are you perfect? No, nobody is. But you know every single time when shit gets unstable, you can go back to that void and you can find that space. And every single time you go there, you're going to get your answers. You're going to know exactly what to do. And then you don't have to be afraid. You never have to be afraid because you already know from all the near-death experiences you've had, you've overcome them. You overcome them. You're here now, obviously. Now it's time for you to go forth and share and help others along the way. The void. All right, everything and nothing exists in the void. It's where all life begins and ends. It's the winter and the womb, the fertile darkness where all things originate and all seeds grow. Comforting and intimidating, freeing and daunting. There we go with the duality again. Duality and balance, as within, so without. It can feel both overwhelmingly small and huge. The void is where faith lives. The message of the void is to surrender to the unknown, to allow the fertile darkness of nothingness to nourish the new seeds growing within you. Regardless of whether you know what they'll one day become, you're being called to surrender to the mystery of what's next, to rest and to allow the winter of your life to do the work for you, to hand over your control and trust that just because you can't see what's happening beneath the surface, it doesn't mean things aren't at work. The greatest weavings happen when we find a way to surrender and trust that our life is being knitted for us, right beneath the surface, in ways known and unknowable. Now is the time to cultivate faith and allow deep, deep rest. It means you're not afraid to go check in. You pull from the action steps when you need to, but you go inward and you do that self-discovery, and that is like a true Cancer. The void often surfaces at the end of a chapter or life phase, when we're called to let go of all that we know and identify with. We have to unlearn some stuff. That's almost always why we end up here. But we're always going to come back to here. This is the safe space. When it's unknown and it's a little scary, that's why I talk about the still point and the medicine within. These are all void spaces. Their rest is 134. All right. The void often surfaces at the end of a chapter or life phase, when we're called to let go of what we know and identify with. When you're in the void, it can feel scary and as if you should be doing something. However, when this card appears, it's a sure sign that the most productive thing to do is relinquish control and surrender to the changing mystery of your life. How are you being called to surrender to the unknown mystery of your life? Cancer, you are trusting. You're learning what trust is. You're trusting in yourself. You're trusting in God. You're trusting in the universe. And every time you start to feel out of whack or a little scared, you start to think of all the times, the near-death experiences, all the times you should have not made it. Yet you're still here. And there's no other explanation, right? Then you're also looking at all the serendipities, the good, the bonuses, all those times things went just so miraculously right. And yes, again, balance, because there's both. We all have both of them in our lives. And when we stop and take the time to notice them and be grateful for them, we just come back to that knowing. We sit in that void and we already know. Even if we don't know what the exact end is, we know that we're going to get there. We know that it's going to be amazing because we have been promised that a win-win outcome is forecast. That is why Cancers are so good. Their intuition, they know. As long as I keep discovering myself, I go inward and treat it as an adventure, not something to fear, not something to worry about. Then look at that. I didn't even shuffle, but at the bottom of the deck it says surrender. You're learning. You already know, but you're like, it's like when you learn a tool and you're like, okay, yeah, I should just do this. But now it's like you know how to come back to it. You know every single time that this is the go-to tool. This is the space I'm at. Okay, this is the tool for that. And you trust. I'm doing this with clarity. I step forward every time I get scared. Instead of worrying, I can look at all the serendipities. I can know all the times God saved my butt. I know that I'm protected, right? And there's a whole different way to walk through life. When you're scared and you're worried and you're in survival, you're just manifesting more of it. But when you can look at all the times you already know God saved your butt, when you can look at the times the universe weaved its magical web and this serendipitous thing happened and you know it was magical, how can you not surrender and trust? Cancers, you're in a good space and you're starting to understand what the void is. You're actually understanding that that's the space of manifestation. That's where everything begins. That's where we build our dreams and then we learn how to ground it. That's a space where when you're sad, when you're worried, when you're in fear, you go to because it's your safe space that you created. That's where you connect with God. That's where you talk to your angels, your ancestors, your spirit team. That's where you connect to nature. That's your safe space. What's the one card for my Cancers on this one, on the message? And it came out anyway. All that shuffling, right? You saw all that shuffling. You're understanding that let go is such a hard thing to accomplish. So I think you need to pat your own back. You're trusting in your actions, your works, your ability to let go and trust. And of course you're trusting in God because God already said, you already know a win-win outcome is expected. And you have to have faith in your dreams. So you're learning how to surrender and let go. And that's a tool, and it's the best tool you could ever have. And it's a release. It's a relax that allows your body to not clench so tight, not hold on to the fear and the shoulda, woulda, couldas. And when we surrender like this, that flow, we allow the universe. See how she's just being held, and it's like that it's just lifting her up. That's exactly what it does. We're not fighting it anymore. We're letting it lift us up. That's pretty amazing. You got my keys? Don't lose them. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Put them down, please. I'm on the nose. Pardon me. Yeah, that matters. Okay, trust. Letting go of control. Free flow. Receptivity. Cancers. You're very good at that. Yin energy, inner knowing, intuition, synchronistic opportunities, getting out of your own way, the path of least resistance, allowing who you naturally are to flourish, being your own authentic self. Surrendering can be one of the hardest things to do. Trusting that we can achieve more by loosening our control can take great courage. Sometimes the most constructive way forward is to stop forcing things into being. Rather than allowing, inviting, and drawing a project into being, the energy here is of frustration, as if you are pushing something up heavy up a mountain. As these times, gravity or flow don't seem to be on your side. Use this awareness as a guide when you start to detour from your path. When control is released, so too is resistance. One of the biggest skills we can learn is to get out of our own way. When we are in a receptive place, we are open to a world of opportunities and the great mysteries that can unveil themselves. The mind loves to control the outcome, but this only creates limitations. It can feel scary, but when we allow ourselves to be caught by the universe, myriad of possibilities open up to us. The painting is called A Star is Born, and its message is about becoming the star you came here to be. You can reach your peak life experience through surrendering and allowing who and what you truly are to flourish. Today, be more by doing and trying less. This advice goes against the grain of our striving culture that encourages us to source from outside ourselves and to busy ourselves out of a natural state of all-knowing bliss. Surrender is a key element in the creative process. When I let go and flow, allowing intuition over direction, I find I create far more powerful works. This is not to say our lives should be left to the slipstream. This message is about freeing ourselves from the paradigm of control and force. Yes, we can achieve with this mode, but we also lose opportunities for magic. A synchronistic meeting, following our intuition, and being in the right place at the right time can outweigh months of careful planning. And Cancers know that. They absolutely know that. And they're learning to surrender and trust because they have all the reasons to do that. Loosen your hold on the reins and know the universe will catch you. Trust. Even though things are not as you imagined, stay poised and aligned with your purpose. At the last minute, the situation will reveal its magic. And Cancer, that's exactly what you're doing. You're trusting, you're doing the work. And because you've been doing the work, you already know. And look, at the bottom of the deck says alignment. You're coming into alignment. You're not fighting. You're not trying to force. You're learning how to flow with it. And that's pretty awesome. I really like that one. Cancer, and you know it too. With that priestess, that's the one. You're going to let me shuffle or what? 666. These numbers get such a bad rap. It's such a good thing. You know that the sixes are divine feminine, right? That's the feminine with us, the spiritual. This one, 6666, great blessings, self-love, boundaries, needs, positivity, wisdom, understanding, letting go, and expansion. Nurture yourself by honoring your needs, desires, and boundaries. Let go of what weighs you down and make space for meaningful experiences. Expand your spirit across all areas of your life. Embrace the big love, opportunities, or job that are about to enter your journey. Embrace it. It's already coming. And you know. Look, and at the bottom of the deck, I kid you not, 1515. The big break. Miss TT, are you still in here? Because I think this one's for you. The big break. Innovation, focus, creation, progress, momentum, mastery, achievement, and passion. An exciting opportunity, support, or extra resources are heading your way. Keep moving forward with enthusiasm and enjoy the process. True success comes from passion, and your dedication will be handsomely rewarded. It came out for 6666. Don't let the number scare you. That is big blessing. Great blessings. It's good. You're trusting. You're following the flow. 14414. I cannot, Spirit. And then you got 1515. How many times? How long have you been here, Miss TT? How many numbers be coming out like that? How many times have I had to repeat this? The numbers matter. All those numbers, they matter. And how often are you going to see 4 6s in a row? So when you start seeing it, remember what I said. Get present. What were you thinking? What was the idea? Is an idea something you want to do for your channel? Is it something like this idea of inspiration for just one part of content or whatever, right? Don't be afraid to jump on that. Don't be afraid to do it because you already know a win-win outcome is forecast. It's already there. You've been told, you've been warned. Those dreams. If you are someone that doesn't really remember your dreams very often, and then every once in a while you get this flash of a dream that seems a little weird, a little off, and you're not sure what the dream meant, but you remember like bits and pieces of it. That's good because that bit and piece was just something that you were meant to remember. Hold on to it. Write it down. Journal it. Come back. Like you don't have to write a big thing. Just write down what you remember. And then when you come back, because the next night you'll remember another little piece. And when you come back, and I didn't believe that for a very long time because I gaslit myself for a very long time. I must be crazy. I must be this. And I can go back. I have journals that were 3 years old that almost 4 years old, that managed to come with me through all the trauma and all the stuff. Um, and I spoke when I said when my business was going to open. I had no idea. I said when it was going to open in September. My website was going to be in October. That was 3 years prior. Now, I would have never remembered that. That's not something, I spoke it though. I spoke it into existence, and I wasn't giving up until it happened. Now, did I know at the time that the dates and all that? I dreamt it. I saw it. I knew it was coming. And even now that it's slow and it's slow building, I know. I know that my heart is pure and that I want to help people, and I'm going to help many people. I do the stuff that I do because I know I'm already helping people. But at the end of the day, I knew it. I wrote it down, and there was little bits of things. And I would be like, you know when you write your journal and you're just kind of journaling on whatever, but there's these like random lines in there somewhere, and it's because you wrote down that dream and you wrote down that little thing that stuck in your head, and you didn't want to forget it, and you wrote it down, and then you go back and you read it. If you write in your journal at all, go back in a couple years and see how much of the stuff that has actually in your journal that has actually happened. Not past stuff, things that you kind of wrote for the future, and actually go back and compare, and you will be absolutely mind blown at how your life ended up with what you wrote. The stuff that made no sense to you or seemed a little weird or whatever, absurd, when you wrote it, surely is happening or happened in your life. It's pretty wild. I have I have a little story. It's a short story, but it's about, this is called When the Villain Meant Well. And it's on my website with a guided journal too. And it talks about some of the things I've been through in life, but how I trusted it and let it guide me. And look at where I am now. Am I at the end result? Hell no. But am I getting there? Every single day. And I'm working towards it. And just like you have faith, right? Because when all this stuff went down, you could have said, F this, I'm done. I don't even want to waste my energy. Yeah, it was frustrating. Yeah, it took a minute. And you had every right to feel frustrated and upset. But you're like, I know that this is what I'm going to do. And I know this makes me happy. And I know it makes other people happy. And I'm going to continue doing it. And look what's happening, right? We're all getting our place. We're all getting our time in the sun. We're all getting this. And the reason we're getting it is because they tested our commitment and we kept showing up. We didn't give in when everyone else thought we should. We didn't give in because we were worried about failure. We took the good, the bad, the ugly. We took the lumps. We learned from it. We pivoted. We moved on, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take what you've learned and do it. You show up in that action, and then you do it. And then God meets you in the middle and weaves that web and makes things works out in just that serendipitous place, right? That's how you know a win-win outcome is forecast. You're not worried. You're not in question. You know. You're the priestess. You already know. You've already seen it. You've already felt it. You've already understood it. You know. And that is Pisces. I mean, Cancer is that exactly. Pisces too. Pisces are pretty intuitive. You already know exactly what it is. And good. Keep that expectation. Have faith because you already know you've been doing the work. It's going to happen. I am a light worker in disguise. I don't have to talk about it. I can just be it. Right? Every day you show up and you make people smile and you give them inspiration and you give them hope and you share your knowledge, the wins, the losses, the good, the bad, the ugly. You share and you inspire and you empower other people. 149.49. Thank you. You inspire it. You already know that the outcome is going to be in your favor. You already know you're going to win. You're treating all that healing and all that work and all of the lessons as a discovery, as an adventure. Even when you feel fear or worry or any of that stuff creep in, you already know. You're already doing the work. You're shining your light. What's going to happen? With that old movie, if you build it, they will come. Right? Like, they're coming. Everybody's coming. Just takes time. Expect great blessings. Truly expect great blessings. Where's the other one? The big break. Everything's happening in divine timing. Never question that. And I promise you, y'all, like, Y'all aren't just saying, okay, I think this. You're surrendering, true surrendering. And you're saying, okay, I'm ready to discover. I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust what I know. I'm following my intuition because I know as long as I stay showing up, doing what I'm supposed to be doing it as best I know how, God's got me. The universe is going to do things in the most serendipitous way. 15105. Okay. Um, yeah, you're protected. You're absolutely deserving of everything you have coming, and you know it. And that's good. You should know it. Don't fear. Don't let fear be the thing you're manifesting. You're manifesting exactly what God said to. Get excited. Have faith in your dreams because a win-win outcome is forecast, and you know it. Be that priestess. Lead even when you're scared. Walk in that knowing. And when you're unsure, don't let fear overtake you. Sit in that knowing. Understand it's okay to surrender and let God carry you. When things get heavy, 151. Okay, Spirit. The numbers today, I cannot. Just trust. And you are. You're in alignment. The things are coming. It's not about overworking. It's not about pushing too hard. It's not about doing any of those things. It's about being in alignment, waiting for it, and just expecting it because you already know it's coming. Woo, Miss Gigi, you got some exciting things coming. Not just you, my cancers, but you were here and I pulled it just for you because you were in here. So don't think that that doesn't align. That makes it even more so in your favor. I love that so much. I hope you get excited. And on Sunday when you get your answer, I guess you probably have to wait a day or two. But don't worry about what it's going to be. We already know the answer is yes. Absolutely, it's a yes. And it mostly, you got to remember, what do? You make people laugh. You teach people. You share. You celebrate everybody else. You boost everybody up. The same way everyone boosts you. Like, you are amazing. That's what you do. Why would it be any other way but exactly what you deserve? Have faith. Don't let fear, like, that's the one thing the programming of the world will do. It will make you unsure, and when you're unsure, what happens? You sit in fear and you manifest more of it, and we literally wish our blessings away. We're not doing that, and you know what you got to do. You know you're already doing it, and you're sitting there saying, hey, if I start to fear, I'm going to check in every single time. I'm going to check in here, and then I'm going to remember all the times God did all the things he said he would. And did them in the most miraculous ways. And every single time, what's going to happen? It's going to lighten your mood. You're going to be happier. And you already know. I can expect the win-win outcome. Good for you, my Cancer. Miss TT, when you get the news, you're going to let me know right away, right? So I can join your membership. And make sure that I'm boosting. What? It's almost time to go. Mama's getting her stuff together. You gotta get a sweater. Okay, yeah, I gotta go. It's 1:54, 3:57. Ooh, 3 minutes too. I'm pushing my luck today. But I couldn't stop because Cancer, like, that's a good one. And when it's that positive and that good, and that amount of knowing, it's the knowing that's got me. Because we all get into a state of fear. We all worry. It's going to happen. But you're not punishing yourself for it. You're saying, what am I worried about? I've already been doing the work. I already know. I am here. I'm happy. And I'm trusting. Because I know I've done the work. And I know God's got me. Because look at all the other times. Right? He saved my butt more times than I can count. And I'm not going to worry. I'm going to say thank you. Because I already know. And I'm going to trust. That is a kind of confidence, a kind of empowerment, a kind of clarity it takes a whole lifetime to achieve. So don't think it isn't well earned. And when it happens, you better celebrate yourself. And you better let us all know because we want to be right there to celebrate with you. All right, 3:59. I got to get off here. Tomorrow I will do Leo and Gemini. I had to think about it. I love you guys. I will post this. I have to upload it after I get back because I'm going to miss my workshop. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming. I will see you tomorrow for day 8. And I'm going to do my best to get a new thumbnail or make it a little different so we don't, so I don't get in trouble from YouTube. Thank you for the words. I appreciate y'all. I love you and have a good night.